If you're the type of person who loves to create content for your social media, but in your videos you find yourself saying or or getting distracted or stumbling over your words or you're getting off on a side tangent, there's a brand new tool that will allow you to clean this up without having to do a ton of the work yourself. So if you're somebody who just wants to be able to freely speak to the camera without a teleprompter, without scripting what you're going to say, or without having to do a bunch of cuts all on your own, this is a great tool to save you time and effort, and it is part of the Descript family. Now, you know I've talked about Descript before. I've got tutorials on how to use it. We recently did a video on their eye tracking abilities, which if you are looking off to the side to read notes, it will fix your eye line so you're looking at the camera. I'll link that down below as well. And this new feature allows you the freedom of creating your video the way that you need to. So if you stumble and say or you forget where you are for a minute, or you go off and have some little side tangent, it can clean it up on your behalf. So all you have to do is film your video, import it into Descript, and make sure that you are clicking the buttons to allow it to go through the process of cleaning this up. It does transcribe everything you're saying. So there's actually a transcription you can look at, and you're going to be able to see the changes that they are suggesting, and then either apply them to your video where it's going to do the retouching of the video themselves, or you can create a new composition out of that so that you have a secondary version of this. And it will remove your filler words. It will remove any weird little side tangents. It's going to take things away and clean it up. And then you do not have to worry about going through the process of trying to cut it yourself and maybe clipping off your words or maybe not having something right where it's supposed to be. This is going to allow you to do it with just a single click, and then you can improve it or you can make any tweaks that you need to. So let's take a look at how to do this. This is a version of me delivering a speech. It's not really for a video, I'm filming it for this, but you're going to see how I am able to then add in some of those weird things that the program will take out. So I really like this phone mount because it allows me to put the phone mount inside of it, and then I am able to film my videos, which is really great because I like filming videos, and I am able to very easily have that nice steady footage while I'm creating things that are going to help inside of my business, and it's going to allow me to do things that are going to help inside of my video to level up that video. So you can see inside of that, I did a lot of I did a lot of pauses, I did a lot of things that could make it hard to listen to that video, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and import that into Descript, and we're going to allow them to clean that up. Once the video has been added to Descript and it goes through and does the transcription, you're gonna click on the Actions button. And from there, you're going to ask AI to edit for clarity. When that's done, you're going to be able to apply the edits to the script or copy edits to a new composition. You can see inside of the transcription what it is going to do. Now let's play it. So I really like this phone mount because it allows me to put the phone mount inside of it, and then I am able to film my videos, which is really great because I like filming videos, and I am able to very easily have that nice steady footage while I'm creating things that are going to help inside of my business, and it's going to allow me to do things that are going to help inside of my video to level up that video. So if there's something with too big of a gap, you can go in and you can edit that out and then try playing that again. Footage while I'm creating. Once you're happy with it, all you have to do is export. You can see that that made a huge difference for me, and all I did was click just a couple of buttons and it went in and it did all of the work. It removed the filler words, it removed some of those gaps in time. It really saved me a lot of time and effort, because if I were somebody who was not really good at public speaking, or I was very distracted that day, or I just didn't come prepared to film that particular video, it's going to allow me to still get the work done without having to do a ton of post-production work myself. And that way I can feel more confident as I am giving the conversations that I'm giving on camera. So you can choose to use a teleprompter. You can choose to use some of the AI features to help you out to adjust your eye line, but you also have the ability just to speak directly to camera. Now, of course, the slower you speak, the more enunciated your words are, and the more gaps you have between those words or the sentences, it's going to be easier for it to clean up. So if you kind of talk very quickly like I do, and you put your sentences kind of together without a breath, That could cause a little bit of a hang up, but you're just going to go in and be able to tweak that after the fact. You want to make sure that as you were doing this, you were giving your best presentation possible. And that means you want to be able to speak the way that you need to speak. So if you're somebody who plans, make sure you have your sections, make sure you're filming them in your sections and you say the things that you need to say. However, if you're somebody who just wants to talk direct to camera and you're okay with sometimes pausing and sometimes using or I or as you are speaking, that's okay too, because this can allow it to clean up after the fact without having to spend another hour going through and listening and re-listening and checking these things. It does the bulk of the work for you, and it goes through and does that with AI. So it will go over and it will look at your transcript, it's going to go over and look at your video, and it's going to then be able to make those tweaks to help for clarity with the conversation that you're having. So you just want to make sure you're double checking, because sometimes maybe those side tangents actually add a little bit of character to the conversation you're having. So you want to make sure that you're going in and it really is truly catching the pauses, the hesitation, the stumbles, the words that are filler words, but it's not necessarily taking away everything that gives your personality to the video that you are going to be creating. So you want to make sure you're spending your time and effort creating your video, and then just don't worry too much about the cleanup. Allow Descript to do it for you, then go in and double check it. It's very much like having your own editor going in and making sure everything is working properly on your behalf. And then all you have to do is approve it or make any little tweaks necessary to move forward. It saves you a ton of time and effort when it comes to your content creation. And like I've been saying in all my tutorials, I love Descript for this. They're innovating in so many unique ways that we're not seeing other programs innovate in. So that's going to allow you to level up your content all in the context of one program that's going to do a lot of that heavy lifting for you, especially in your post-production editing, your working, your retouching, as I like to call it inside a video, even though that's a photo term. And you have the ability to save yourself that time and effort. And it takes all that stress off of you, because as you're filming, I just want you to film. I just want you to have the conversation. And then you can allow this AI inside of Descript to help you to level up and to tweak that to make it a little bit more functional, a little bit more actionable, and a lot more profitable for you as you're creating that content. Stick around, because we're going to be doing more tutorials on programs like Descript and future things that are rolling out in Descript to make sure that we are helping you to level up your content so that you can create your content start to finish for most of the content you're creating, TikToks, shorts, YouTube reels, all those things in under 5 minutes, start to finish every day. That is conceiving the idea all the way to posting that idea in under 5 minutes a day. And we're teaching you how to save time and effort in your longer form content as well, with options just like editing for clarity here inside of Descript. We'll see you in our daily videos, helping you navigate the world of your entrepreneurship to make this your most profitable year ever with the least amount of stress. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.